Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for hanging around and coming back to my channel. If you've not subscribed, consider subscribing. And so guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about the things I love about Australia. So if you don't know, it's important to know that Australia is a country, and again it is a continent on its own. So Australia is quite a unique place to be because there's lots of interesting things. And so just to make this clear, I'm from Kenya, and so there are things that I like about Australia. So what I'm going to talk about is what maybe I did not see back in my country, or what is much better that I like here in Australia. And so the first thing I'm going to talk about Australia is the beautiful beaches. My oh my, Australia has very nice beaches, very clean beaches, and apparently they have, Australia is surrounded by water, so you don't even need to drive for long before you find a beach. You'll maybe drive for like 30 minutes from your house. Other people live even closer to the beaches. You don't need to travel for so long before you get to the beach. So it's a nice place to be. And we oftentimes, even when it's hot, you feel hot in the house, you just walk out and you go to the beach, because sometimes it's even a walking distance from your house. So yes, Australia is full of beaches, and beautiful beaches in that case. The second thing that I like about Australia is the beautiful weather. The Australian weather is quite beautiful. If I compare it with other countries like America, Canada, Australia is very good. Like sometimes the weather goes to the extreme, like hot can go to the extreme hot, cold doesn't go to the extreme cold. Like we rarely get the negatives. So maybe the lowest can be 5 degrees, and it's quite okay. Like it's not snowy or anything, so it's something that is very bearable. So it's a beautiful weather. The spring is nice, autumn is beautiful, so the weather is quite okay. The other thing is I like about Australia is that Australia is a multicultural community or nation. So in Australia you'll find every nationality is represented in Australia. It is one of the places that I've gone that I've seen every other nationality, the people that maybe I would never have seen. Every country is represented here, from Africa, America, Asia, whatever continent and whatever nation you're from, you'll find someone from your country here. So, and then the beautiful hotels that are for representing the different diversity of nationalities. Like for example, we have Indian restaurants, we'll find Kenyan restaurants, you'll find Ethiopian restaurants, Greek, all sorts of restaurants. So the beauty of Australia is that they've allowed us to even express ourselves. We have cultural activities specific for specific nationalities. Like for example, we have our Kenyan cultural activities. You find Ethiopians, they have their cultural activities, Indians the same. So Australia is a free space, is a free nation. So the Australia has allowed people to express themselves, to talk. The other thing is that there's freedom of speech. You can talk, we are not limited. Like no one is there to limit anyone. Australia has allowed everyone to be free, and freedom of speech is encouraged. That's something that is very incredible about Australia. The other thing that I like about Australia is the education system. So it's one of the nations that as long as you want to go to school, as long as you have the desire and the passion to go to school, the Australian government has provided all the resources necessary for you to do that. It's only unless you don't want to study. So the good thing with Australia, especially if you're a domestic student, you are given of course you're given loans to study. So you're given loans, and then after you've finished, you're going to pay for the loans. And these loans, they are applicable to everyone as long as you're able, as long as you want to study. So that's the good thing about the education system here in Australia. Then they allow the students to study and still go to school. That's one thing I love and I like. For example, I've seen here, a 16-year-old, I don't know if we'll call them a child, a 16-year-old young person is working. 16-year-old is in high school. They got jobs, they can drive themselves. So they allow that independence quite early. They allow everyone to express and be able to explore, go to work, get your own money, know how to manage your own money. So it's a good thing, I think, with Australian system. The other thing is Centrelink. So Centrelink is a social welfare, is a part of the government, or it's part of the government welfare thingy, whereby if, for example, you are not employed, you don't have a job, you've been looking for a job, you don't have any income, the government gives you money. So it's called a job seekers. You're given money, but you need to be looking for a job. So the government of Australia makes sure that no one is poor. Like, they want everyone to be at the same level. That's the idea. So, like, for example, basic needs, the government ensures that everyone has basic needs. You get health, you get food, you're given money to cater for all your needs. But then you have to keep looking for a job. The other thing is, if you get a baby or you go for maternity leave as a woman, then you're allowed to apply for maternity leave or parental pay. While you're on maternity leave, you're paid for 3 months. You're given money every fortnight for 3 months. So how good is that? I like it. But then, of course, not everyone is eligible. You have to have your permanent resident or you be a citizen. But still, it's cool. You can imagine you are on maternity leave and you're being paid. It's such a cool thing. So yeah, that's nice about Australia. The other thing is employment. It's easy to get a job in Australia. Like, it is, unless you are very picky and choosy, then you will not get a job. But then there's lots of jobs, from the farms, picking strawberries, to Uber driver. There's lots that you can do. So there's lots of jobs. The government has provided enough employment, and then with the multicultural and people coming in so many immigrants and the population, we have so many vacancies. So that's the good thing I like about Australia. You graduate, you don't have to tarmac for so long, and even if you don't get a job in the field you've studied, you cannot lack another good job. For example, like carer, you'll still get a job that is paying you well, and you'll be able to cater for all your bills. And then the other thing is the public transport. You people, public transport here is quite nice. Like, it's reliable. I like the fact that there's so many public public transport means. Like, for example, there are buses, there are trains, trams. And this is the cool thing about public transport here. If you're using a bus from point A to B, and you let's say, for example, you go from point A to B and you come back from B to A within 2 hours, you only pay once. So here they have that Metro card where you just swipe and then it deducts the money itself. There's a machine in the public transport buses and trains. So if you travel within 2 hours, go and come back, or wherever you're going within 2 hours, you only pay once. How cool is that? It's so cool. So I like the fact that public transport it goes all through until around 11. You can travel to wherever you want, and the buses are quite reliable and they are spacious. And when it's hot, they have they put the AC in. When it's hot, when it's cold, they put the heat. When it's hot, they put the cold inside. So they are quite nice. They are quite nice. Yes. So the other thing I like about Australia is that there are free national parks, and the wildlife. There is kangaroo. You don't have to pay. Most of the national parks, they are free. You just walk in, like, and the museum is free. Like the one in the Adelaide is free. You just walk in and you look at the art, everything that is there, and it's free of charge. And then of course there are cafes around there if you want to grab a snack, if you want to grab ice cream. It's quite cool. I love that about Australia. The other thing is safety. To be sincere, I love the safety that is in Australia. Let me tell you, when I came to Australia the first time, I was so scared and I was so shocked that the doors are made of glass. I mean, I've never seen that. That was my first time I saw such, that the doors are made of glass. Like how? So because of the security here is top notch. Of course, there's cases here and there, whereby people break into other people's houses, but it is very, very rare. So the security in this Australian land is guaranteed, and we pray that it continues the same. The other thing is the Australian health system. So this is one thing I like about Australia. If you're a permanent resident and if you're a citizen, you get Medicare. Medicare is like an insurance policy from the government, whereby from your tax, that's where it's like you're paying it through your tax. And of course everyone is paying taxes, but then the fact that you don't have to pay for hospital consultations, you don't have to pay for some medications. Of course, if you have to see a specialist, of course you have to pay. And then the other thing I liked about Australia, it's like, for example, when I was giving birth, I didn't pay anything. I paid nothing. And the bill was like, I think $15,000 Australian dollars. That is like more than $1 million Kenyan shillings if you're from Kenya. So that is so cool. Like you can imagine that I didn't have to pay all that money just because I have the Medicare. So it's so nice that the Australian government is looking after their people. I love that about Australia. So guys, I'll leave at there. There's so many things I can talk and tell you how much I love Australia and what I love about Australia, but I'll leave it at there. For now, thank you so much guys for watching, listening to me, for continued support. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to put on your notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you'll be among the first people to watch my videos. Remember also to share my videos with your friends and family. Let everyone know that Australia is a cool place to be, and so that they can move here if they really want to. So guys, until there, I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.